Prime Minister Scott Morrison has announced a raft of changes to daily life in Australia as the coronavirus pandemic spreads. The top lines: non-essential gatherings of more than 100 people are now banned, and Australians have been urged not to travel overseas at all. This crisis will probably last 6 months or more, so new measures will have to be sustainable. Morrison said, "Here's what the new rules and advice mean for you. What gatherings of more than 100 people are essential and still allowed. You can still be indoors with 100 or more people in essential gatherings." According to Morrison, these are airports, public transport, including stations, platforms, stops, trains, trams, buses, medical and health service facilities, emergency service facilities, disability or aged care facilities, correctional facilities, youth justice centres or other places of custody, courts or tribunals, parliaments, food markets, supermarkets, grocery stores, retail stores, shopping centres, if gatherings of that size are necessary for the normal business of those premises, office buildings, factories, construction sites, mining sites, if necessary for their normal operation, schools, universities, education facilities and childcare facilities, hotels and motels and other accommodation facilities, which includes things like mining camps, public places like Melbourne's Bourke Street Mall and Federation Square, and Sydney's Martin Place. What gatherings are banned? Everything else, Morrison said. Examples of this may be indoor weddings with more than 100 guests, religious gatherings at churches, mosques, synagogues and so on, concerts in small venues, etc. The ban on gatherings of 500 or more people announced earlier this week remains in place. What's the social distancing advice? Morrison and Australia's Chief Medical Officer Brendan Murphy advised Australians to observe social distancing practices. Stand 1.5 meters apart wherever possible. Sit in the back seat if you're getting an Uber or a taxi. No more handshaking. No more hugging. Except in your family. Can I travel? Don't go overseas, Morrison said. Travel advice has been raised to level 4, the highest level, meaning, do not travel anywhere in the world. This has never happened before. Morrison also advised Australians currently overseas to come back if they can. Domestic travel is low risk, Morrison said, but people are urged to not travel to parts of the country where people may be particularly vulnerable to the coronavirus, such as remote Indigenous communities. Should I be stocking up at the supermarket? Morrison said in no uncertain terms to stop buying supplies in bulk, and that hoarding is the most disappointing thing he's seen in this crisis. Stop doing it, he said. It's ridiculous. It's un-Australian and it must stop. If you like this video, please hit like and subscribe to Tom Snout. Have a nice day.